Going to the gym and drawing are very similar if you think about it. They are both recreational exercises. You can do them alone or alongside other people. You're most likely wearing headphones while doing them. Occasionally, you let out a moan or two. And I have also found out that getting better at art and getting better at the gym are basically the exact same thing. I've been trying to go to the gym consistently since I was around 20, and I was a master of absolutely botching it. It wasn't until the start of this year that I finally started to see like actual results. But why is that? What actually changed? And the absolute only method to actually obtain results is just literally consistency. And I know a bunch of you just groaned like,
oh, this fucking guy.
Like I know it's I know it's the most widespread advice. It's the equivalent of when you ask somebody how to get better at drawing and they are just like, oh yeah bro, just draw every day. Turns out these two are actually way more similar than I first initially thought. I wanted to talk about how to actually improve this habit, but instead of just leaving it at consistency is important, I want to actually give some tips on how to keep it up at the gym that work for me at least. For the first advice I want to give, it's just literally less is more. On the first advice on the list, less is more, and one of the things that helped me the most in keeping up with the gym is going to the gym less, which sounds counterproductive, right? But it's the exact opposite actually. Every time I tried going before, I'd go 5 days a week and rest on the weekends, which is fine. It's not wrong to tackle it that way, but for me, it always ended up being the reason I quit. I'd skip a day, feel like I left the week incomplete, and that progressively snowballed into me just not going anymore. And I think it's the same thing with drawing. I have found that before, whenever I'd be like, let me set aside at least like 2 hours to practice drawing or whatever, that's just not realistic every day. What I did with the gym and drawing was just, instead of going 5 days a week, I went 3 days a week. This way I did have a schedule, like specific days I go to the gym and shit. But if something comes up or I'm busy, I can easily rotate one of those days around and there will be no problem. Same with drawing. I have set aside half an hour every day to just practice and draw, and even though like both of them equate to less time on each of these, the fact I have been able to consistently like keep the habit and didn't stop either has been a massive improvement over just like following a routine for 2 weeks and just dropping it because it's just not realistic. Alright, this is like another thing I forgot to mention that is like incredibly time saving, but I used to do like, you know, typical sets of 15 or whatever, and now I just do like 1 set for warm-up and then 2 to failure. Such a simple thing, and I believe like this has saved me so much time. I have seen far better results from just doing the other shit I used to do. For the second tip, it's just the morning focus. I have found that whenever you wake up and immediately just like tackle either of these two, you just have like laser focus on that activity. If possible, just try not to check your phone or anything. Just do your usual morning routine and get onto drawing or hitting the gym immediately after. With drawing, I have specifically found that sometimes on the afternoon my brain is just too scrambled for me to actually focus correctly on whatever I'm doing that day. And with the gym, if you just go into the morning, your brain doesn't even have time to make up any excuses not to go. We all have like 2 or 3 hours of intense focus every day before our brain just turns into mush. And I found that using those on yourself before giving it away to the rest of your day is just such a satisfying feeling. For number 3, I'm not even sure how to name this one. This one is pretty unorthodox advice and probably depends on how much you enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog as a kid. You know how hearing music or like watching an art meme or edit or something gets you motivated to draw? Going to the gym and doing the exact same routine every week can be pretty boring at the start, like before you actually get onto getting addicted to feeling good physically. And I have found that listening to an edit of whatever you like works wonders, like those fucking TikTok hype edits. And because I am no better than the average child, I just like put on a Spider-Man edit. They make Tom Holland Spider-Man's edits fire for some reason, and I just blast through my routine. I am not just pushing weights anymore. I'm trying to save myself from a crumbling building. I know this sounds dumb as shit, but I have tested it. I'm actually able to push way more weight when I listen to this. It injects the motivation I need right into my brain. Is it cringe? Yes, most likely. But nobody knows, man. Only you do. It's harmless and absolutely worth trying if you find the lack of motivation to push through. the next tip isn't even a tip, it's more so like, I guess, a warning. And I know it might sound literally like the opposite I said before, but just don't use TikTok between drawings or gym sessions. I just downloaded whatever edits I liked and put them on loop on my gallery, because I have found like whenever I scroll reels between doing any of these, all my motivation was just gone. I just botched the session, and I think this is because your brain is getting like, it's getting easy free dopamine, so it's just like, bro, why even try it for the other two, right? In general, I've found that the more I've stopped watching reels and shit, my concentration to do stuff just has been way better than whenever I am child watch on this. And the last advice I have is just more so doubling down. Consistency beats perfection. And this applies to both, definitely. Like, I have found so far that I have been improving and seeing actual changes on myself, specifically on the gym, where I just never actually noticed like any noticeable improvements. Like, as long as you're doing the exercises wrong, because that could be detrimental for your health because of not warming up correctly or anything like that, it doesn't matter. I have a friend who like does this full body routine every day for like 5 days a week, and if any normal gym coach sees his routine, they like scream in horror, but it doesn't matter because it's something he's been able to upkeep and maintain, so he's still getting the benefits of going. Is it like perfect, or could it be more optimized? Yeah, of course. But I think for both of these, it's better to keep in mind that instead of looking for micro optimizations, just doing this and turning them into a routine will be so much beneficial than not. Later you can like start going for this, but at the start the most important thing is to start and actually like keep it up. Well, this piece is a study from Malcolm Lipke, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, from his painting End of Day. And what I was trying to do with this study, more so than like trying to get all the colors right and shit, I was trying to replicate his style because I recently found out about him and I just fell in love with his overall art style. His style really like spoke to me when I first saw it. Dude, I just love how his rendering is so expressive, and what I'm specifically trying to learn from him is I just really wanna get, well, one of my goals, I think I have mentioned this before, but one of my goals is just getting faster at drawing. And I don't mean it like this is a low effort art style, or like clearly the dude knows what's up for him to use so few brush strokes and still get his point across, right? But what I mean, I'm so like, I used to do line art for all my drawings and it was so boring, man. I love line art, like I love line art. Every piece of art, like there's no bad or good, right? But like I just got so fucking bored of doing line art, right? And I'm probably gonna do like 2 or 1 more study before I tackle it and try to do a drawing on his style, because it's something I really want to capture. And I know this specifically study, I didn't like, this isn't a 1-to-1 copy, but I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, considering I like pretty much airballed this shit. I'm honestly surprised how good it turned out, since I didn't even like sketch or anything. I just started like doing brush strokes. But honestly, I really like that. My usual process is starting with a sketch and shit. Trying something different was really fun for me. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and if you have any feedback or like tips, I'd really appreciate it. Or if you have any more tips with keeping up at the gym or driving, I'd appreciate it. And that's all. Thank you for seeing this video. See ya.